Right. So, in terms of the project objectives, and this is the core. That is the core of the project, the objectives of the project. What is your objective here in the class? Your objective is to come and learn about project management and interact and go out there, get this qualification and go and apply what you have learned. That's your objective. What's the objective of the project? Is fourfold. There's 4 pillars. The one is scope, the other one is quality, the other one is time, and the other one is cost. When we refer to the scope, we refer to what the client wants. Right. Also what the client needs. Right. And that is equal to the product, the service, and the facility. Right. And it needs to be done within quality. Because everything that's not done in accordance with quality standards and procedures will not be a quality product, and it won't last long. You won't get value for money. So the other pillar is time and cost. And time and cost, as you can see there, is based on assumptions and constraints. Now what is a constraint? A constraint is something that prevents you from achieving your objective. That is a constraint. Right. So if I can refer to this diagram here on the board, if we say the time, we refer to the schedule, the program, and the how long. The how long. How long, the time. Right. If we look at the cost, we refer to the estimate, we refer to the estimate, we refer to the budget, and we refer to the expenditure. Be it under expenditure, be it over expenditure, that is what involves the cost. If we talk about the scope, we refer to the what. What must be done? The need, the opportunity, even the threat. Because how do projects come about? How do they come about? They come about a need, an opportunity, and even a threat. A lot of companies, they face threats out there, and because they are threatened, they need to come up with new projects to have a market share or a competitive edge. Right, so the scope refers to the what, the need, the opportunity, the threat, and the quality refers to the quality assurance and the quality control techniques that will be deployed on the project, and the performance ties in with time, cost, and quality together with the scope to see how the project is progressing from a performance point of view. And what I normally do, I also link these points like so, and this is customer satisfaction. Can you see that it's very important to balance time, cost, quality, performance, and scope? Because if you work, this is the parameter of your project, the core parameter. If you satisfy this parameter, then you will have customer satisfaction. Let us investigate further. There is the triangle, there's your time, there's your cost, there's quality, there's performance, and there's scope. Right, like I've just mentioned. Can you see that scope encapsulates the time and the cost and the quality? Meaning, you cannot do a project where you make the time and the cost fixed and then you need to go and determine scope. It works the other way around. You have to determine your scope first, and then your time and your cost will come out of your scope. Right, so the scope is the foundation of the project. Like I said earlier on, there's the start of the project, that is the finish of the project, and this is referred to the project life cycle. A human being on average, project life cycle is 75 years, on average, right? So let us look at the phases of this project. Can you see generically? This is generic phases. If I say generic, I mean generally accepted. You can make a project life cycle to suit for your project. There are generic 4 phases, which is called conceptual phase, which is that phase 1. Phase 2 is called the detailed planning phase. Phase 3 is called the implementation phase. And phase 4, it is the termination. Termination, another word for termination, is the closeout phase. Now, this is from a generic point of view. You can have 6 phases in your project, even 8 phases. The amount of phases depends on the complexity of the project. The more complex your project and the duration very long, the more phases you will have. Why? Because this is called the systems engineering approach to management. System engineering. Now, what is a system? A system consists of components. Now, if all these components work together for a given objective, they are interrelated, and that makes up a system. Give you a typical example of a system. Your body is a system. Your body is a system. You will chew food in your mouth, you will swallow the food, it will go into the esophagus and further down into your stomach, and the liver will come and break things down, the kidneys will excrete any liquids, etc., etc. You breathe in air, your heart gets, oxygen goes into your blood, and from there blood gets pumped by the heart through the lungs to the brain. Can you see? It works like a system, and that is the project management approach. The system engineering. And here you can see the start. Here you will have, there's the overall start, there's the overall finish. But the sub-start and the sub-finish, phase 1 is going to start and a finish, phase 2 is going to start and a finish, phase 3 is going to start and a finish, phase 4 as well. So what we're basically saying is that the end of phase 1 is the start of phase 2. The end of phase 2 is the start of phase 3, under normal circumstances. However, phases can overlap. They can. We will get to that later on in the lecture. So, this is the generic phases of a project. And can you see that in each and every phase, this already can be regarded as milestones. Let us investigate further to be competitive, to cut down on costs, etc.